I mean, obviously, personal accolades is something that you've always shied away from, and you've always mentioned that you want things to be all about the team, and you've been good about that. But this is something that reflects on not only the work that you've done, but the care you've taken for your body. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great, and to be honest, yeah, these are personal goals, and I'm proud to achieve them because longevity means that you're able to help the team, and hopefully that means you can have chances to win trophies, and that's what it's all about. So the longer you can play, the more likely you are to maybe win a trophy, right? So hopefully I can play a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm proud of that. Obviously, towards the end of my Toronto career, I had a really serious injury and fought back really hard. But I remember some of those comments of like being frail and this and that, and I took that to heart, and it motivated me. So I'm proud of that longevity.
And continuing on that same topic, what what did you expect coming out of Toronto, and did you think that you'd go this long? I mean, given that soccer is such a taxing body, especially on goalkeepers, did you think that after that injury you'd have a chance to not only rehab but now be in the top echelon of goalkeepers in the league?
I mean, all you can hope for at that point is a chance, and I think that's the biggest thing that why I was so excited to join the Sounders, because when I spoke with them during my honeymoon with my wife, we thought we were going to go maybe somewhere to Europe and see if there's options there, but having had a chance to speak to Tommy and to Ziggy at the time and Adrian, they were really excited about me. And at that point, it was like it had been a long time since someone was excited about me. And so I think the mental side of the game gets neglected a lot. And so when you have people that believe in you, maybe at a point when you're struggling to believe in yourself, that got me super, super excited. And then, and then I've obviously had the chance to now work with Tommy for so long. And he's the best captain to be leading that ship for our goalkeeping crew. So that's been a pleasure, just to try to constantly improve and get better and have fun doing it. So I think it's always important that you have fun. Sometimes it's harder said than done, but I've been very happy and fortunate to be able to enjoy my craft and for as long as possible.
Steph, when you look back, when you did sign with Seattle, and you talked about you were the physical, you were able to overcome that in the mental. Was there any one thing that you were like, I have to work on this, that now when you look back that you mastered? Was there a certain skill in the goalkeeping skills, whether it's covering crosses or distribution of the ball? Was there any one skill that you?
I think you kind of actually have to take a step back and go back to the fundamentals and make sure your fundamentals are strong again. It's hard when you feel like you've done certain things and then you come back and then they're not working anymore. And then the response for me at least was, maybe you have to be more aggressive, come even further off your line, narrow the angle even more, but then you're putting yourself in even a worse situation. So it's more like having a chance to work with someone that then you can take a step back and look at and go maybe back to the fundamentals a little bit more, make sure that your base is solid, your hands are solid, your movement and how simplified the movements can be and how sharp the movements can be. Those need to all be raised again, and so that you have that foundation to then maybe build upon. And at the same time, I think I was very fortunate because we had a very good offensive team in 14, and so it allowed for mistakes to be made, and we could win games 3-1 or 3-2. And I think I would say about halfway into that year or so, when we had that Open Cup game, is when after repeatedly people, again, Ziggy and Tommy, assuring me and giving me the confidence, I think after Open Cup is when I found the confidence in myself again too. And then you start building on that.
Community, you talked a little bit about how Adrian and Ziggy at that time embraced you, but I remember, can you talk about how you embraced this community and how the community has embraced you? Because if I remember even getting your citizenship and how this has become home for you and what that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, I've always been a very, very loyal person. I think growing up, family means everything to me. People that believe in me or give me a chance or treat me with respect, I'll do anything for those people. So I think it started right away, again, like I said, when they gave me the chance, and the way I felt they thought of me. It was such a a breath of fresh air. It made me feel really good. And then, especially I'm realistic too. I knew that they weren't blowing smoke, but they saw things and they knew that we needed to work to get back to those things. So it was realistic too, but it was very nice and positive. Hey, we'll help you to get back to that level because that level is amazing, and then we'll build on top of that. So I think that set that stage right away where I'm like, okay, well, you believe in me, I'll believe in you, and I'll give back right away. And then obviously I was well received by the community here with the fans and the city. Been nothing but amazing to my family, my wife and our dogs. And so it's easy to feel like maybe you can use your platform here and there to help your community a little bit. So been very blessed to be here for extended period of time and trying to make the best of it.
I guess it's been 11 seasons now. Is there a moment that you remember that felt like it clicked? Like, okay, now I'm now a Seattle guy.
When do you become a Seattle guy? Maybe it's when you love the gloomy, rainy days. Yeah. No, I always like those. Maybe it's because I'm an artist, and those are perfect days to do your art or play a little bit of video games. So I don't know. I don't know when that moment was. It's just I felt the positivity a long time before I even played here. I remember playing with Toronto here, and my brother and my mom came to visit, and my brother actually was going through ACL injury, and so he was on crutches. And he right away after the game, he said, man, these people were super, super friendly. They saw that I was in crutches, I was struggling. People were trying to help, tell me where I needed to go, if I needed to go to the bathroom or things like that. So that right away, that was really nice to see. And then I distinctly remember too that, our fans focusing a little bit more on maybe supporting our players rather than putting down the opponent. Again, just maybe building a little bit more positivity than negativity towards the other team. And so those are all nice things. I used to say in the beginning when we won our first trophies that success thrives in positive environment. And I think in today's day and age, it's getting harder and harder. I think negativity sells. People want to hear the big drama points and this and that, but it makes it harder to be successful, I think, because you have a lot of people that are just waiting for you to slip up and then they'll bash you down. So it's positivity is good. We need more of it, and I think this community is capable of providing that.
Is there anything that you can specifically pinpoint that has kind of allowed you to reach this incredible milestone, whether it's something that you did off the pitch, the extra work you've put in? Just curious to hear your thoughts on how you think you've been able to, maintain this.
Honestly, it sounds really silly, but you always try to teach younger guys to develop good habits early on, because if you're used to those, you just keep on doing them, and they'll help you in your longevity. And so I have to give a ton of credit to just I think the people that were there when I was younger, and in part that's my parents, it's my brother, it's the coaches I had when I was a kid. That even on a day when we weren't supposed to train, they would be like, hey, you want to do a keeper session? And I loved goalkeeping, but it was a sacrifice on their part too. And so I think that drove that love to do more and to try to strive for something better. Even when other people are having a day off, you find joy in being the one that doesn't have the day off because you feel like you've gained an edge on them. So I think I can't take too much credit in that. It's more those people that I had around that were able to instill that in me at an early age.